Okay, Sagittarius. Sun, moon, and specifically rising, as this new moon in Pisces will be. Had to breathe a little bit. Hold up. This new moon in Pisces will be in your fourth house of home and family. Your fourth house of home and family. So, new moons are about setting new goals, setting new goals, intentions, and planting new seeds. A new moon in Pisces is not only an initiation into a new beginning, but the complete closure of a full cycle from previous. So Pisces is the last sign of the Zodiac. So we are ending a full cycle. And you've heard of the wood snake and the fire horse and stuff like that. Well, this is where it begins. This has nothing on January 1st. Absolutely not. So going into Aries season is when fire horse will begin. And I already told y'all far before that you are going to want to get a good handle on a lot of your things and let go of anything that is unnecessary and not meant to be coming into this new period and chapter of life. Because baby, if you don't, you will be dragged, stomped, and trampled. Okay? So you better get it together real quick. We only got a couple of more days, honestly. So with this in store for you and this new moon in Pisces, being in your fourth house, Pisces season is here to teach us how to surrender and accept anything that is dissolving around us or that is reemerging and resurfacing, but not really sticking how it should be because it's part of an old narrative, part of an old chapter. I saw 222 on here and I just wanted to take note of that is the angel number for alignment. So we are just going to be receptive to things that are falling away from us and that may be resurfacing to show us a different perspective of things, but it's also that we can fall into alignment and not get dragged by this fire horse. I'm telling you guys, I'm not joking at all. Please don't let it happen to you. Okay? So with that all said and done, again, this being in your home and family life, you can plant new seeds, new intentions and new goals that you have for your home and for your family. And then also just allow anything that has dissolved because it's not sustainable, is no longer sustainable within your home and family. And whatever is reemerging and resurfacing, just allow it to kind of just observe it a little bit, but not completely absorb it because it's part of the old chapter and it's just meant to show you a new perspective as you move forward. It's not totally meant for you to react or take any sort of action. It's just meant for you to be receptive of the lessons learned. Okay, so let's just tap into your reading already for Sagittarius. Let's see what comes out. That was weird. I didn't see what it was, though. I wonder if it flipped in here. Karmic path. I meant to read this for Scorpio because it had just came out for Scorpio, but I think we basically gotta figured it out what it meant for us. Okay, first card that came out was Divinity, and this card came out upside down. I don't know if this was the card that flipped or whatever, but look at it, yo. It's the card of home. Maybe you feel like your home life kind of got flipped on top of his head, flipped upside down a little bit, like your house completely flipped. Interesting. Just take a note of that, okay? But home is here. We got the numbers 8, 20, and 10. Interesting. Let's talk about it. Divinity, being divine, alignments. And then karmic path is what I was talking to Scorpio about. And, karmic, the word karmic has a bad rep because people all automatically think that it's something bad, something coming in to just disrupt you and things like that. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's here to teach you a valuable lesson in what is and is not sustainable. A karmic path, a karmic contract, a karmic lesson is something here that your spirits signed up for to help further develop you towards divinity, towards alignments. So not all karmic paths and exchanges are all positive, and not all karmic paths and exchanges are all negative. There's a certain balance in between those things. And I should take notice that I believe this is Saturn on the card, which is one of the planets of karma, ruled by, who am I speaking to? Sagittarius. It's not ruled by you, but is ruled by the other two I'm going to be speaking to, Capricorn and Aquarius. But it's about discipline and structure and things like that. And again, it's here to teach you development so that you can succeed with your truth, with clarity, guidance. So, okay, let's get into it. Divinity. Divinity, divinity, divinity. King of Swords, the Four of Wands in the reverse. King of Swords, he says he's very intellectual. He's very discerning and disciplined and structured. He is always going to execute on his opinion, his thoughts, and he's always going to speak clearly and give clear communication. He's a little strict. He's very detached from his emotions, so he moves with logic. Very logical person, okay? He basically is always going to do what he says that he's going to do. And he's going to take action on his ideas. And again, he leads with clear communication and structure, okay? But there is an instability within a structure, within an energetic structure. So, his playing field is swords, which is intellect, right? Energy is a whole totally different ball game, But anyway, Four of Wands is about a milestone. It's about reaching some type of milestone, having a space of togetherness, bringing people together into this energetic foundation so that you can celebrate your wins together, celebrate milestones together. It talks about marriage, it talks about unity, it talks about partnership, but ultimately so that you can celebrate together on crossing that finish line together. And it's about stability and foundation. In the reverse, there's a lack of stability. There's an instability in the energetic foundation here. And it could possibly be about even not celebrating your wins, not celebrating or appreciating reaching those types of milestones, even the little ones. They make a big difference moving forward. Queen of Cups here in the reverse. It feels like it seems like you are overcompensating for your own emotional needs here. Either you're overgiving to other people's emotional needs. You know, that's kind of where this balance can come from. This imbalance can come from. You're overcompensating for other people's needs and neglecting your own. The Queen of Cups in the reverse is a lack of boundaries, a lack of emotional boundaries. So logically, you can be very guarded and protective of your word, but emotionally, you can be very overgiving and self-neglecting of your own needs. So let's clarify, let's talk about it. And that can definitely cause all types of imbalance here. When your masculine and your feminine traits within inside of you are in misalignment, it creates this instability for sure. Two of Swords, the King of Wands. A decision needs to be made between two paths. You're at a crossroad. You're at a crossroad somewhere, and a decision needs to be made, and it needs to be head over heart right now. Your heart space doesn't even have the capacity to like operate in a safe way and an emotionally safe way because it's a little too overgiving. Or even completely closed off. You know, she can take all that back and be very selfish with it as well. But it tends to be that she's already a very giving person. So it seems like she'll be more neglecting to herself than to others. So however that resonates with that feminine energy in regard to emotion, regardless if you're feminine presenting, masculine presenting, it doesn't matter. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. And here it's just in balance with, you are definitely in your masculine where you have that hustle, you have that drive, and you have that ambition, and the ability to lead and stay structured and logical, right? But when it comes to connecting to your emotions, there's this strong disconnect because you are either too empathetic and considering of other people that you can't disconnect yourself from other people, and it causes a drain on you, or whatever the case is. You're just very closed off and selfless. Selfless or selfish, I should say. Either way, a mind over heart decision needs to be made, and that's one of your strong suits. So it's time to do that. Hey, babe. Dad. Here, come on. You want to come sit with me? Yeah, come sit. You can see how I'm going to do this, okay? Here, just sit right here, all right? So a decision needs to be made as you are at this crossroads, all right? You have before you two paths, two decisions, and one decision needs to be made. It's ultimately to lead you towards peace, but you need to make a head over heart decision in order to accomplish that. Mama. Yes? We have the King of Wands here, the King of Wands energy. Okay. Yes, Jocelyn. So King of Wands energy is a very attractive energy. Like attractive masculine energy. So he's going to go he gets what he wants and desires in life to create, or excuse me, he gets what he needs in life. He gets what he needs in life to create what he wants and desires, okay? In the reverse, he takes what he wants and desires to try to fulfill his needs. So, with this energy, he just has an aggressive approach into how he creates things in his life. And it can be very reckless and impulsive in that. So this isn't a time to make reckless and impulsive decisions. Instead, you need to operate more out of this King of Swords energy instead of this King of Wands. This King of Wands energy isn't even in the proper frequency to work properly in creating what he wants and desires in life. It needs to be more towards focusing on discipline and structure so that you can rebuild this energetic foundation. Even though King of Wands, he's the king of the wands here, it's just so dysfunctional that you need to take a more logical approach at it. Air actually, yes, Jassol. King of Swords is that air energy, and although your King of Wands, that fire energy that you need for this energetic foundation, isn't operating in the space that he needs to be, if you take a more logical approach at it, you can find a way to reconnect or reignite that spark. Put a little air onto that fire so that you can reignite it. You got that logical decision to make and the need to execute it, the need to do exactly what you said you were going to do. Okay? Because however you're operating now, that's being very impulsive and reckless, or like moving with too much aggression, to try to get to get what you want and desire in life. I can't fix that right now, okay? I really can't. I can't. I'm trying to do something. You keep interrupting me, and I can't fix that right now. So stop picking at it, because you're just going to make it irritated. On your feet. I know. You just need to wait until I can get a chance to do that. You're just making more and more problems and more problems. Please. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, I had thought it is the Fool. You need to take a leap of faith. Take a risk on something. That might be that spark of inspiration that you need to start new beginnings. Starting from the bottom, now we're here, rebuilding a little bit, but ultimately starting anew, and having a more simpler approach into it, instead of being so consumed by the flames and the passions of life. The Ace of Wands in the reverse. Hi, Mama. I feel like you're just not going to get that new beginning by going in that route. And I know, you being a Sagittarius and a fire sign, this is your element, but I feel and I fear that it has misled you. I just feel like it has caused you to hesitate. It has, this again is that lack of inspiration, that lack of spark and joy. 222 on the camera. The High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like you have an inner knowing. And right now you're a little disconnected from your element, and you have to take a different approach at something. And I feel like it will help you become a little bit more well-rounded, and help you push towards alignment in that spirit of divinity as well. Okay. So we're going to speak about home. When home came out, and you know this Pisces new moon, by the way, the high priestess is ruled by Pisces and Cancer, but this Pisces new moon, Cancer actually rules over the fourth house of home. So this actually does apply. When this home card came out, it came out upside down, and I just wanted to take extra note of that. That there may be, you may feel like your home has been turned upside down or something like that. But let's speak about home. And especially with this Four of Wands, this can be about a home. It can be about a home, family, life, marriage, partnership. King of Cups in the reverse. We had the Queen of Cups out here earlier. She was in the reverse. Temperance in the reverse. This is your power card, Sag. A lack of self-control here. Lack of passion. That Ace of Wands showing up again. So I saw your power card, Sagittarius, the Temperance card. That's the card about divine timing and trusting in the process. In the reverse, there's just a lack of that faith, a lack of patience, and ultimately a lack of self-control in being able to moderate for certain advancements. But talking about this, King of Cups, we have three kings: King of Swords, King of Wands, King of Cups, and then there would be King of Pentacles, but I'm not seeing him here. Anyway, King of Cups is coming out in the reverse, which says to me that there's like a lack of emotional intelligence and maturity here, possibly residing in the home once again. But the kings, they know better, so they know to do better. So this can in fact also point to emotional manipulation, because they have the knowledge of how to kind of manipulate it a little bit. The King of Cups is usually supposed to be very compassionate and very open to providing a sense of comfort and also providing space for emotional depth. So he's also very protective over his emotional boundaries. And again, this can be that lack of emotional safety or emotional boundaries. Mama. With the Ace of Wands here in the reverse, again, that's that lack of passion, lack of inspiration, lack of motivation and drive to start something new. It's about a new, creative, passionate beginning. And there's just a hesitation on unlocking that. With the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, is in the reverse, so you're not allowing yourself to hold on to energies that are just meant to weigh you down and burden you. But yeah, speaking of taking care of yourself, the King of Cups, he can take care of himself and others. It's his mission to provide emotional safety for not only himself but others. And so you're not allowing yourself to pick up on anybody else's energy that isn't yours. that is just going to weigh you down and become burdensome for you later. So let's clarify. You got the Page of Wands, Princess of Wands, and the Three of Cups. You do have a certain spark of inspiration, and it may come through from your friendships rather than your like family and home life. So there's a willingness to engage and participate in new things, new activities and stuff like that. And even if that includes your friends, your friend group, or people who are there to just emotionally support you and celebrate and bring in, again, like that emotional support, that togetherness, the cheerfulness to play and stuff like that. And that's something that you're willing to invest in a little bit more, instead of whatever this energy is that isn't doing things for your for your best intent, for your betterment. Seven of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you're slightly confused right now on where to. I feel like you're just slightly confused right now on where to emotionally invest yourself. There may be a lot of things, or a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things to choose from on where to focus your emotional energy and things like that, so that you can rebuild towards more support, more emotional support capacity and depth here. So I'm gonna leave that here. I got one more to do and it's Capricorn. Before this Capricorn gets on my complete nerves. I got Capricorn to finish, and then, no, I'm lying. I got Capricorn and Aquarius to finish. Oh my goodness. I have two more to finish so that I can be done here. Jocelyn, please, you're being so distracting. Did you clean up your toys downstairs? Did you clean them up?
Yeah.
So if I go check after this, you cleaned up your toys? You better go make sure before I do. Okay, let's see what comes up. Getting some further insights. Sagittarius, if this reading resonated for you, or you would like to dig deeper, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at Libra Baby Doll. Okay, let's see. Patience, just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. So practice patience. That's what your card Temperance is about. Patience, self-control. Someone else. We have someone else. Someone in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. Third party energy. Cycles. Fate, karma. Fate, karma. Something ending, something beginning. Go. Manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want, especially with this Piscean new moon. We are fresh out of eclipse season. Mercury is running retrograde amok in Pisces as well. So be careful for trickster energy, but try to tell the universe exactly what it is that you want to manifest. Guardian, a lost loved one watches over you. Spy, someone's got their eye on you. Or you are doing your own research, just observing. Sexuality, someone is trying to figure out who or what they want in the bedroom, or take it as general as possible. Somebody is just trying to figure themselves out. We have earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Love spell, you've been bewitched. And we have pregnancy, someone is expecting or just creating a new life in general. At the bottom of the deck, you may be moving, change of residence, or moving in with a partner, relocating, moving around. And I just wanted to bring back up earth sign. You may have earth sign placements, dealing with an earth sign, or the seasons have importance to you. So just putting that out there, okay? Again, Sagittarius. I had to figure out where I was for a second. Again, Saggies, this is the end of your reading. If you resonated with this or you would like to dig deeper into this reading, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at Libra Baby Doll.